say hello to our ultimate crafting experience with our quarterly quilting box. Each quarter, you'll receive a box bursting with quilting goodies and expert education to create the quilt block and designs of the quarter. Choose your preferred quilting templates or embroidery designs to bring your block to life. Every box also includes seasonal fabric, the batting, backing, and thread, everything you need to create a stunning mini quilt. Plus, we've also included a fabric panel so that you can perfect your quilting and embroidery designs before diving into your masterpiece. And we don't want to forget the surprises. You'll find a few extra little somethings that are sure to brighten your sewing room and really spark that creativity. Each month, you'll get access to video-based education available online or in your local club store. These step-by-step tutorials will guide you through the block of the quarter and help you complete your finished project with ease. Join the fun, don't wait. Elevate your creativity and make every season a quilting adventure with our quarterly quilting box. Sign up today and start stitching your way to a masterpiece. Visit sewsteady.com to pre-order today.
We're going to be sharing with you another amazing class that is right along the lines of our quarterly box, and in the education this quarter is all about the log cabin. So Helen, we are so excited to have you here today sharing your very unique touch on the log cabin quilt. And so tell us a little bit about this quilt, if you will, because I see something really cool behind me, and and that's just a portion of it.
Yeah, so this is a different version of the log cabin block. It's the curvy log cabin. And so I use the Creative Grids curvy log cabin ruler. It comes in a 6-inch and 8-inch, and I think a bigger one still. So I've used the 6-inch today. And it just gives a different look to the log cabin block because you have a mix of narrow strips and wide strips, which creates a circle type pattern in your blocks. And just the layout, you can really change things up and get a different look to your log cabin block.
Yeah, that's really, really fun. And so this class is available on the Sew Steady University, and it is called the Caterpillar Quilt. So you'll have to explain a little bit more about that. But when you see the full design, you see a caterpillar, which I love.
Yeah, I was undecided. I was like, follow the curve, what will I call it? And I sent a photo to my daughter, and she said, it makes me think of a caterpillar. She said, a caterpillar winding its way through and eating. And I thought, okay, yep, that works. So it's something different.
Perfect. Well, we are so excited to share your preview of this class. This is available on the Sew Steady University. I will go ahead and share with you after we show the preview today how you would go about making that a class that you get for life on the university. This one is not included in the overall box education, but it is just a $10 class and a really fun take on a log cabin. So excited to be sharing that with everyone. Now, I did want to go ahead and also share with you, we did our little video kind of sharing with you about our Sew Steady Elevate Club, and we are in our final days of being able to sign up for that this quarter. So what that looks like is we have 2 more days left where you can actually sign up and get the first quarter subscription box, and then we're going to be closing down that subscription sign up until March when our next box comes out. And we do that just so we can kind of manage these subscriptions a little bit better. You will be able to purchase through your club stores throughout that time. So if you're still looking forward to getting in and you maybe missed that window, don't worry, there are going to be other options to go ahead and jump into and get that box still. But if you want to learn more about the box, I'll post a link to this. There are the club itself is really all about being able to take this awesome education that we're sharing with you every week throughout the quarter and being able to bring it to life with this box of goodies that we send out once a quarter. So we have 4 different options for that. You can get your ruler club option or your pattern club option, which would be if you're a ruler enthusiast and you already have a lot of our rulers, that could be a really great option. And then you can just purchase the templates separate that you might not have already. and then you can do the embroidery club option. But if you're someone that really loves all of it and you want all of it, then we do have an option where you can get it all. So that was where you get one of everything. You get an embroidery collection, you get the rulers, and you get the patterns to be able, and the projects to be able to do it. And the commercial said it all, but it really is allowing you to really kind of practice a lot of those quilt designs before you apply them to your projects. And so those, we included a couple different practice panels in it. We include the material to be able to make a simple log cabin quilt, and of course the tools to be able to finish that quilt. Our goal really is to be able to take people with this education and really bring it to life for you and help you in creating your own log cabin quilt this quarter, or finish, maybe if you're someone that has a lot of unfinished quilts, finish some of those quilts that you might have laying around. So this gives you a little bit more information about the club, but I did want to go ahead and make sure to share that with everyone, because that's kind of where a lot of our focus is for education. It's really tying back into that club and the education that we have there. And then finally, we do have this awesome opportunity for you to join our challenge, and this is our log cabin quilting challenge. All of our educators kick this off for us at the beginning of the year, and Helen's at the time, we called it her log cabin table runner. Now it's called the Caterpillar quilt. Her project was in it. It was one of our top 3. So I know people loved the project. But this is an opportunity for you now at home as you're going through and kind of creating some of your log cabin projects this quarter. We would love for you to share those with us. And really what's all about for us is that you either are creating that with our cutting tools, or you're finishing it with our quilting tools, to be able to be included in that log cabin challenge. So just give us a little shout out for whatever you used of the Sew City Westerly brand to be able to work on that project, and then you're in the challenge, and we've got prizes for the top 3 finishers. So we would love for you to participate in that challenge as well. Okay, so enough about all of this fun log cabin business. We've got an amazing video that we are excited to share with you that tells you a little bit more about this gorgeous caterpillar quilt behind me. So I'm going to let Helen take it away with the video, and then we'll be here to answer any questions. And we'll do some answering in the chat, but we'll also be answering questions live throughout. So we're after the video. So let's go ahead and head over there. How's that sound, Helen?
Yep, sounds great.
Perfect.
Okay, so here we are with our table runner made into a quilt sandwich. So just have our backing, batting, and our pieced table runner top. Now we're going to use Circles on Quilts template. This is from set 1 or from set 3, and this is the 3, 5, 7, 9, and 11 template. So set 1 has just 2 templates in it, and set 3 has all 4. This is the only one we need today. Now, as you can see, I've put arrows on here. So when we stitch a 3, we're also going to pair it with a 9. When we do a 5, we'll pair it with a 7. So I've just put colour-coded little arrows to remind me of what we're doing. Now, the other thing we're going to do is we need to mark our intersections with the thumbtack. When I first made this table runner 7 years ago, we didn't do the tape and thumbtack idea. We used to put the thumbtack in from the back. Now, the problem with that is when you're manoeuvring the table runner under your machine, sometimes the thumbtacks could fall out. So I really like this idea of using the tape. So I've used Gorilla Tape, just a little square, and I've positioned it in place. Right, so we're going to place that on there, and we'll line up the etching of the ruler, and we're going to bring up our thread at 3 inch, and we're going to stitch until we get around to this seam here. Then from there we will move our ruler over to our second thumbtack, and where we finish there, that is now level with the number 9. So we're going to stitch and keep coming. Now you might have to move this thumbtack here at the bottom. It might be in the way of the ruler. So we're going to stitch all the way around only until we get to this edge here. So stitch, stop there. Then we're going to move our template to this one. And as you can see, we're back at number 3. So then we will follow that through until we get to here. Then from this one, switching it back over, once again, we're at number 9, and we'll be able to follow that all the way through till we get to the end, and then we will cut and sew in our threads over here. You could, however, stitch in the ditch until we get to number 7, and then we're going to repeat that coming back like this and back around up to the top edge in the number 7 and 5 positions. And we're going to keep working our way through this one, and then we'll come back and we'll do the next one and do the next one and the last one as well. So I'm going to take this to the machine. I'm going to use a pink thread, I've decided, because I'd like to see the stitching as we go, and we'll see how we go. Okay, so here we are at the machine. Now, some of you might be observant and you'll see a little previous stitch mark here. So don't do what I did, do what the instructions say. Position your tack at the middle of the intersection. I had it here in the wrong spot. So, good thing I saw that because it wasn't lining up. I have now fixed that issue by unpicking and moved the tack to the correct place. So here we go again for me. So we're just going to stitch until we get to this halfway line, and then we'll flick the template over to this one and we'll be on our way. Move those threads in a minute. Threads out of the way. All right, we're going to stop on this center line where the blocks are joined. Right there. So we can lift this off, and then by moving the template over to here, you'll see we're at number 9. So we'll just slot that on there. I can't go far because the thumbtack is here at the back. So I'm just caught there at the edge, and that should be enough. And we're going to stitch as far as this center one here. All right, so we can actually just lift that up, and I might, if I turn it over, we'll be able to stitch all the way to this seam here. Okay, so now we'll go back to this one, and I'll do it from this side, I think. Okay, and as you can see, we're at number 3. So we're going to stitch all the way then down to this seam here for row 3. And I'm just going to pop that. Oh, actually, I can just clear it there. So we don't have far to go. And then this time, I'll get it off the tape. We're going to flick it over to this one. And once again, I don't know if you can see this, but I've put this pin in the wrong place. So when I've gone to put the template on, see, it's not lining up here at all. So that's your dead giveaway that you've got to put them in the correct place. So I'll just pop this tape up and move it over to the intersection of the 4 blocks. And look at that, it fits. spin that around. Now this one's going to be a full semicircle. And we'll finish up okay, so we're right here on our seam. So as I said before, you could actually stitch in the ditch along until we get to number 7 and then repeat our pattern all the way back to the start, or we can simply sew in our thread. So I've chosen to sew in my threads only because I'm using pink thread, and that would be a bit visible in the ditch there. So, okay. Right, so you can either start here or come back to our starting point down here. And this time we'll put it in number 5. Start at number 5 here. So this set of circles will be between the 5s and the 7s. Okay. All right, line that up. So all of our lines here will be 1 inch apart. And then we'll stop. Okay. And the good thing about this quilting, there's no markings needed with crosshairs or anything like that. All right, now remember one more stitch. Stop there on the seam allowance, and then we'll flick this over to our second, and as you can see, we're lined up with number 7. So this one will be going halfway, also just be the quarter. And as before, because of that tack, I'm just going to flip this over. And we're only going to stitch as far as this seam line right here. Okay. All right, so leave that flipped over. All right, so back to doing number 5 again. I'll turn that over. All right, and we're only stitching as far once again as this seam allowance. There we go. And then we'll swap it over. And we're back at number 7. And we'll stitch as far as the seam here. And then I'm going to stop and stitch those tails in as well. And then we'll go back to the start and keep going. Okay, I've sewn my tails in. Now we're back at the start. And this time, previously we started at 5. Now we're going to start at 7. So once again, this is a full half circle. Okay, now we'll switch that over. So that was 7, so now we're at 5. And once again, I'll have to turn this over. And we're going to stop at the seam allowance right here. Okay. Keep it upside down. Back at number 7. And then we'll flip it over again. It's a good thing that these templates are so easy to flip over and reposition. All right, and now we'll go to this one. Back to number 5. And we'll stop on our seam allowance again. And that's it, another row done. Put that out of the way. Okay, so you're getting the idea there. I'll go back to the start again and we'll put the next one in. And I think there are only 4 lines altogether. So we're 3 down, 1 to go. So this one we will be starting at number 9. Up here. You could extend further and do another one, but then that will take you into your narrow blocks or narrow strips on your blocks. So I just decided that I would quilt within the background fabric. And after all you've done this one, then we'll come over and reposition our tacks to be able to do this simple little one here. And this one that we're doing at the moment, it will be repeated in the next one along. So it'll be the same length in that place. Okay, here we are for the last row. So starting at number 9. Okay, stopping at the seam allowance, at the seam here in the center. And that's it. Then we'll switch it around and we will be at number 3. And not far to go. Yeah, we should be up. We're just clearing the thumbtack there. So we only have to go as far as that seam. A couple of stitches. Okay, so then this time we'll flip it over and just on the edge there at number 9. And stopping at the seam there. Oh no, sorry, got to keep going. So I have to flip that over. All right, so we're going all the way down to here. There we go. Switch it around. Back to number 3. Okay, that's our first lot of stitching completed. All right, I'll sew those in and then I'm going to continue with my stitching. All of this is in the instructions for where to start and where to finish, etc. So I'll continue on and check back in with you before I finish.
Wow, I absolutely love that. So fun to see how you can put that together and really create amazing designs with the circles on quilts.
Yeah, I really like the versatility of that ruler, be it full circle, Baptist fan, doing something like this. It's a great ruler.
Yeah, it really does. And it creates, it's a very unique take on like a Baptist fan, but you did it in such a cool way that I don't know that I've ever seen a quilt quilted quite like that, which I think really creates a really fun element to the project. So
Yeah.
I would say a lot of people really agreed with you. You had a really cool, they really appreciated just your take on that quilt and your expertise there. So I saw a lot of comments coming in from that. There was a couple of good questions that came in. So the first one that came in, great question. Does the class also teach the piecing?
Yes, it does.
Okay, perfect.
Yep.
And then I'm going to head over real quick. I want to show you all the class. This is the class on the Sew Steady University. And so that's the full quilt. Look how gorgeous that is. And so the Wesley Design Circles on Quilts templates would be really the only template set that you use. Did you use just the 1x12 in the 1/2 inch increments?
Yeah, I use, so it says set 1, which is the 2 to 12 inch, and we'll just use the one template. But in the set 3, you've also got that one template in there as well, which is the 4 templates.
Yeah.
So either sets will be fine.
Okay, great. And then just so everyone knows, because our focus on the log cabin this month, we also introduced a focus on circles on quilts. So if you're a club member, you get an additional 20% off on all of our items in that category. So you can see those options inside of your club catalog. But the circles on quilts is one of the items that if you're a club member, you get an additional 20% off on. So that's a perk. Just some other questions or thoughts that came in. Someone said, I like that you do the color coding on the ruler to help you facilitate the back and forth. So they really appreciated that. And then, just more shout outs. Regina said how much she loves your work. So I'm going to go ahead and post a link. So anyone that is interested in learning more about the class, or if you do want to go ahead and sign up for it, it's live. It's ready for you to start creating today on the Sew Steady University. So I'm going to go ahead and post a link so you can sign up today. And then is there anything else that you wanted to share with everyone today?
I've got lots of ideas. I don't seem to have as much time as I used to. We've moved or semi-moved to a farm, and at the moment, until we move permanently, my sewing is suffering because most of my stuff is at home in Sydney, and I only have limited sewing things at the farm. So I'm hoping by the middle of the year that we'll be at the farm full time, and I'll be able to get back into everything as much as I want to.
Yeah, well, we certainly always love when you come on and share your amazing education with everyone, Helen. So we are looking forward to more amazing projects from you in the coming year, and we'll definitely appreciate this one. This is a really fun take on the log cabin, and thank you so much for sharing it. There was a question that came in. Yeah, go ahead.
I just want to say I love being here, and
Yeah.
I'm glad I can show something different.
Yeah, no, it's fun to have something so unique. Someone asked if they've joined the Get It All and want to know what templates will be included. So the templates that are included in the club this quarter are the spinning wheels, circles on quilts 14 and 7. But the 14 or the 7, I believe, has a bonus between the lines, half-inch circle in it. And then we have a brand new template that nobody has yet. That is, I don't even know if you've gotten this template yet, Helen.
No.
The new artisan, the multi-circle artisan template. I'll see if I can pull it up on the screen for everyone. This is a really fun one. It's actually just shocking how versatile this new template is. So the new multi-circle template has, actually, let me see if I can show you the instructions, because I still have them pulled up. So this is the instructions for this template. You can see it on my screen now. And so it has the ability to do hearts. It has the ability to do the circles that you saw Helen doing today. So you can go do 2 to 12-inch circles on quilts. And it has the opportunity to do the artisan circles, which is where you do kind of this strand of pearls, or just the circles in the little baby circles in a circle. So let me show you the inside instructions, because this kind of gives you a little bit more of a feel. So this is the traditional artisan. So it has the holes in the template, so you can do a traditional circular artisan template. Let me see if I can make this a little bit bigger too. Sometimes seeing it a little bit bigger in view helps. Oops. Not sure if I can make this any bigger though, guys. I'm sorry. And then the next option down is the bonus artisan circles. So instead of doing these bigger ones that are the 2-inch circle, we have these 1/2-inch and 1/4-inch little pebble circles that you can do in a circular. And then you can also just use those as like a between the line circle. So you can just go straight and do kind of repeat circles in a row. The option to do edge to edge quilting, because we include the straight line on there. So you get this measuring guide on the right side of this template. So if you wanted to do the edge to edge quilting, that's built into this template. And then finally, we have the circles on quilts, which I shared with you. So there's a pivot feature at the very top of this template. This template now is allowing you to do what you saw Helen just do with the bigger, I like to call them the circles on quilts finger templates. But you can do that using this little notch at the top. Now, I will tell you, it's a little bit more tedious with the shorter range, but it works. And it's actually a really great solution for being able to get that full circle. And so you have the option to get 12 to 2 inches with that. So this is one of our most versatile rulers that we've probably ever produced. Because finally, we're including a heart in it, guys. We had to include a heart because this is all about Valentine's Day this quarter, right? So it also includes a bonus heart template. So all kinds of fun things going on with this this template that's included, and then of course the 2 additional templates. So hopefully that answers that question and gives you a little taste of all the fun things that you can do. And Helen, now that you've seen it, do you want one?
Yes, I do. I think it looks awesome.
Yeah. So our goal with these templates now is that we're going to be including templates that have a lot more features in them. So you're going to see new things in it, but you're also going to see a combination of options because we're putting them in a box, and we want you to be able to maximize what you can do with that template and maximize the projects that you can complete. And so with the new box program, even if you're already a kind of a ruler hoarder,
Yes.
you've been buying a lot of rulers, you're still probably going to find value in these new rulers that we're going to be sending out in these boxes. So, but the great news is if you choose the pattern only option, then you can always buy the ruler separate. The value is definitely there to just get that box that has it all, and you don't have to worry about getting it separate, along the way. So.
Yep.
Excellent. Well, I appreciate the questions that came in, and it was fun to be able to kind of share with you that option that's coming in the first box with that mini or we're calling it our artisan circle multi-circle. It's a mouthful, but we're looking forward to sharing all of that with everyone. And if you have any other questions about where your box is, please call us or email us because we'll definitely get you some tracking information and see where that is along the line. We have shipped everything that was placed in December, and then so if you had any orders that you placed in January for your boxes, they should be heading out this week, if not before. So we're looking forward to having everyone get those first quarter boxes, and we'll be starting more projects that are really box related here in the coming week or two. So we want to make sure you have it in your hands. Tomorrow we're going to be highlighting one of our panels that's not in one of our class kits that's not in the box, but we're going to be using the Spinifex 15, 5.5 inch and 9.5 inch to do a really fun quilting design on a log cabin panel that we have available as well. So you'll have to join us. Melissa's been doing some really that project for us. So it's going to be a great class that you can join for free here on our So Steady YouTube or Facebook. So Helen, thank you again for joining us. I posted a link to your class, and if anybody wants to check it out, you can just go to So Steady University and learn more about the Caterpillar class by Helen Sullivan right there on the university. So thank you, everyone, and we'll look forward to having you join us again soon.
Thanks for having me, everyone.
Have a great afternoon.
Okay, bye.